look at a basic introduction to SQL. SQL is a standard language for accessing and manipulating databases. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. And the function, again, is to access and manipulate data in databases. SQL is an ANSI, American National Standards Institute standard. What can you do with SQL? You can execute queries against a database. You can retrieve data from a database. You can insert records in a database. You can update records in a database. You can delete records from a database. You can create new databases. You can create new tables in a database. You can create stored procedures in a database. You can create views in a database. And you can set permissions on tables, procedures, and views. SQL is a standard, although there are different versions of the SQL language. However, to be compliant with the ANSI standard, they all support at least the major commands, including select, update, delete, insert, and where, in a similar way. Most of the SQL database programs also have their own proprietary extensions in addition to the SQL standard. To build a website that shows data from a database, you're going to need an RDBMS database program like MS Access, SQL Server, or MySQL. In this class, we'll be using MySQL. You're going to need to use a server-side scripting language like PHP or ASP. And again, that's if you want to build a website. So SQL has a lot of uses without PHP or ASP. And so if you understand SQL, you may either be able to learn PHP or ASP yourself. You could take my class, The Fastest Way to Learn PHP, guaranteed, and get up to speed and running pretty quickly. Or you could work with a PHP or ASP developer. You're going to need to use SQL to get the data you want. And so SQL can be extremely useful beyond building a website. If you work at a company that has a website, oftentimes, especially a very large website, but sometimes even a small website, the data will be stored using SQL. So a customer manager could use it to get information about the customers. A product manager could use SQL to get information about how people are using the website. An analyst could use SQL to generate reports on how people are using the website. A marketing manager could use SQL to get information to make the right decisions on how to change the website to make more money. And really, anybody in a business function that has access to the company's SQL data can use SQL queries to learn a lot more about how people are using the website, what products might be popular on an e-commerce website, what pages might be popular on any website that is reporting its data in SQL, and loads of other information on whatever's being tracked through a SQL database. Additionally, again, if you're going to build a website in SQL, you're going to want to use a little bit of HTML and CSS as well. So RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. It's the basis for SQL and for all modern database systems such as MS SQL Server, IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access. The data in RDBMS is stored in database objects called tables. A table is a collection of related data entries, and it consists of columns and rows.